SP gets rock hard whenever they think of you. This one's for you, ladies. I am Neil Arthos. I'm the next Abdullah, and you are the next Neville Goddard. But also, gentlemen, you are free to watch this because the same law applies whether you're male or female, white, black, Asian, blue, purple, whatever. You are God. You are source. No, that doesn't mean that you created the heavens and the earth and Noah's Ark and woman out of the ribcage of the man. But what it does mean is you are the creator of your reality. Everything that you see in your 3D circumstances. The reason why you clicked on this video is most likely because you're not seeing the results that you want with your SP. Perhaps it's an ex who broke up with you and you would do anything just to have them back, right? Or maybe it's a crush at the gym who you cannot stop looking at. Maybe it's the hot guy at your workplace. Or maybe you're a gentleman and it's the hot girl at the secretary desk, whatever, but the same law applies. The circumstances that you see right now where SP doesn't want you is simply a reflection of your past assumptions. I guarantee you are not telling yourself that Billy, the hot guy at the gym, or Jeremy, the sexy dude that you saw at the cafe, I guarantee you, sweetheart, that you're not telling yourself he gets rock hard every single time he sees you. You're probably looking in the mirror saying, oh my gosh, I look so fat, even though you weigh 125. You're looking for any little flaw. No matter how many likes you get on your stories, how many times your inbox is getting blown up. You could have been DM'd by your celebrity crush, but if it's not the main SP that you want, you're like, why can't I have him? Woe is me. He makes my pussy so wet. Stop putting him on the pedestal and start putting yourself on the pedestal. SP gets rock hard every single time he sees you. And you're probably thinking and saying to yourself, yeah, but he never even looks my way. How can this be true? How can I say such lies? I can't be Delulu. Let me tell you one thing. I have seen the craziest of circumstances turn from 0 to 100 just like that. The only reason why most people don't get what they want and don't get their biggest crush is because they don't believe in themselves. Remember, how can you expect for your SP to be obsessed with you if you're not obsessed with yourself? Like I said, you probably have never even fathomed having a thought like your SP gets rock hard whenever they think of you. I guarantee you, when you even imagine yourself saying that, it feels extremely awkward because you're like, well, I don't want to lie to myself. I would just rather get it over with and him reject me. You can't keep digging yourself into this hole. You have to have a little faith in the law. It's not going to kill you. If you have been spending your whole life telling yourself that you're ugly, telling yourself that you're not good enough, telling yourself that every guy cheats on you, it's no wonder why you get that reflected back to you. Isn't it something that whenever you keep speaking negatively all the time, that's all you see is negativity reflected back? I'm going to be a broken record and say it again. I guarantee you're not telling yourself things like SP gets rock hard whenever he thinks of you. Just try it. And if it feels icky, if it feels like you're lying to yourself, that, darling, is the problem. You have to get to the point where saying stuff like that becomes so real that if someone was to tell you that to your face, that you make me rock hard, you're going to be like, I know. Duh, bitch. I'm really trying hard to get my female voice intact here. But you get the motherfucking point. Okay? Stop kissing your SP's ass and start kissing your own. This is what they truly mean by love yourself. It doesn't mean looking yourself in the mirror and telling yourself, I love you. I love you. You are everything. I have abundance. I have love. I am love. No, if you've been going so extreme in your life, so much so that when everything is going right and your DMs are flooded with hot guys left and right asking for your, asking to go out on a date, what does that tell you? That tells you that you are that girl. You are that person. You are abundant. You have an abundance of love. But just because that one person rejected you, all of a sudden you're not good enough. This is why a lot of people have said that you have to look on the bright side. It's not just something that you see on a poster when you're growing up in elementary school to uplift your spirits and to bring this positivity vibe. That comes from esoteric teachings that what you see out here in the external is just a reflection of the internal. Remember, sweetheart, you have been under the impression that you are the girl, you are the character that you have perceived with your eyes, the one that you see with your eyes reflected in the mirror in your bathroom. The one who you hear the negative self-inner talk in your brain. But when I say you're God, that means that you are not the mind, you are not the body. You're just the observer of the mind and the body. God is not human. You are not limited to your humanity. You are simply an eternal being living in a human experience. If you can believe that you are the character that you've been playing all the 25 to 30 years of your life, then you can believe for the next 25 to 30 years, and hopefully many more, that you are your imagination. Because if you are just the observer of the mind and the body, your stillness, your consciousness, you are just pure awareness. And if it feels so real that you can be this character that you thought you were living in this 3D experience, then why not shift to the imagination when you could be whatever the fuck you want? Because in the 3D, you can't control it. Not only because, you can't control what people say, you're not responsible for others' actions, not just that, but what you see out here is just an old back order of your assumptions. Kind of like when you order something on Amazon and it says that it will not arrive until 2 months because it's some rare antique item. By the time you get it, you're like, oh fuck, I forgot I even ordered that shit. That's what you're seeing right now. A reflection of assumptions that you've had many, many years past. Maybe even since you were a child. If you start just today, you can't expect everything to be fixed overnight. It's 30 plus years versus the 20 seconds that you had in your SAT session. or doing robotic affirming. But the more you persist and the more that you tap into that God power and the stronger that you dive deep, the more you can actually get it like that. Because how many times are you on your way to work and you say, oh my gosh, my boss is going to hate me. I'm late for the 20th time and I was just straightening my hair. And then next thing you know, your boss ends up firing you, or he ends up writing you up. And he probably wouldn't have write you up if you would have just gone in there with a positive mindset, but all because you were fearing that he was going to get upset. Boom, your manifestation came true. Now it manifested instantly because you have been living a life full of negativity, and anytime you say a negative manifestation, your subconscious is just going to go, oh, okay, yeah. Duh, that makes sense. Yeah, I'll go ahead and give that to you quick. You're already used to it. But when it's something like, I can have the relationship of my dreams, SP is always texting me, you're not going to get that right away because your subconscious is like, yeah, whatever. But when you use affirmations like SP gets rock hard for me, every single time he sees me, he has to go to the bathroom to change his underpants, and he is so fucking thankful he wasn't wearing khakis. You probably will hear that affirmation and you'll turn from being depressed all the time to, you might even be fucking giggling to yourself. And I don't want to sound like, Aaron Dowdy right now, but it will raise your vibration a little bit when you go from being all down on yourself and not getting the guy of your dreams, not getting the results that you want, and all these guys cheating on you, to making yourself laugh because you feel like you're the queen. You feel like you're the princess. Well, you are, baby. You are, baby girl. Okay? That actually sounded a little cringe. Let me not call you that. You are a goddess. Start walking around like that. Don't just say, I have my SP. I am abundant. That's boring shit. Imagine you were in a poetry class speaking your affirmations to the whole entire classroom. They'll probably be on your phone, on their phones, when you're saying those affirmations like, oh, I'm loved, oh, I'm happy, I'm full of potential. They're gonna be like, is she done? But if you walk up there and say, I'm the baddest motherfucking bitch on the planet, every single place that I go to, they lay the fucking red carpet for me. Once me and SP make eye contact with each other, he immediately orgasms. The more crazier you make the affirmations, the better. Because like I said, you have been bullshitting your whole life, saying the most harshest things about yourself, even when people are complimenting you and your inbox is being blown up. But instead of looking at all the 100 million positive things, all it takes is one rejection and you are the ugliest girl on the planet. Stop that shit. When you can go that extreme for the negative shit, you can go extreme for the positive shit. So use those affirmations and make sure to make them as narcissistic and twisted as possible, because you owe it to yourself. And in my personal opinion, and you can see on my videos entitled Manifestation Receipts, you can see how I manifested SPs within days just by saying those affirmations. And I didn't even have to robotically do them, because like I've always said, when you do robotic affirmations, you turn into a fucking robot. You're not a robot, and you're also not a human. You're God. Now, for visualizations, I personally don't believe that you have to do them, let alone affirmations. I think that when you understand your God power, all you have to do is believe you have it and speak it, just like the Lord said, let there be light, and light will become. Let there be SP coming all over his pants, and boom, here he comes. But in my personal opinion, it's more fun with techniques. So what I will say is, look, visualizations, I have other techniques about visualizations. You can watch my video called Visualizations Do Not Need to Be AK 1080p Resolution. That's personally a better video that goes in deeper into this topic. And I also have other videos that talk a lot about this. But one of the easiest ways to visualize is to make it as simple as possible. because I like to speak more affirmations than visuals, yet whenever we affirm, we see imagery in our mind anyways. Remember, visualizations are the same video format as memories. So whenever you say that SP gets rock hard whenever he thinks of me, there's an image that pops up. So just think of that one and keep replaying it over and over in your head. Either that or create a scene in your mind, and each and every day for 30 days, add a new detail to it. And by the time it's the end of the month, it is like a fucking 1080p 8K Ultra IMAX portrait of your scene, because each and every day you kept painting a new detail, and now it's fully complete after 30 days. You can do that too. But other than that, remember your God, remember your source, and remember that SP gets rock hard whenever he thinks of you.